Their loyalty was mine after I gained financial freedom. Shen Yuan came out of the car and said, "Isn't that obvious?" Lu Bin said to himself, "I was with Li Meng all through college, 2 years together and never even got anywhere. But this scumbag actually got there first? I always thought she stayed single because she still missed me. Darn, worse than being cheated by a dog." Shen Yuan raised his shades and said, "Counselor, here." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Wait a moment." She came close to Lu Bin and said, "Lu Bin, do not come again. My sister will absolutely never see you again." Lu Bin began to sweat. She then walked toward the G-Wagon and said, "Let's go, Shen Yuan." You are not Li Meng's boyfriend? This feels off. Why does it look like you and her sister are a pair too? Mind your own business, man. Have you not heard of having both sisters? Bye-bye, country bumpkin. As they left, Lu Bin said, "What the? Is this gossip real? Rich people can really do whatever they want." One man, 2 sisters serving him. Darn. A few moments later, Counselor Li Xiao said, "Shen Yuan, what nonsense are you spouting? What do you mean both sisters?" Shen Yuan said, "Counselor, I only said that to stop that idiot from pestering sister-in-law. Otherwise it would affect your mood through her, right?" Counselor Li Xiao began to sweat and said, "You are twisting words again. Who is your sister-in-law?" "I have not agreed to anything yet. But after your stunt, he probably will not bother Li Meng anymore. Without him, maybe she will move on faster." Shen Yuan said, All right, enough about that buzzkill. Counselor, let's hit IFC Mall, then grab dinner and a movie." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Do not go to IFC. It is too expensive. I cannot afford it. Let's just go to Dezikin." Shen Yuan said, "Expensive or not, I will buy." Counselor Li Xiao said, "No, I do not want to spend your money. You already bought me such an expensive bag." Shen Yuan said, "Actually, my little sister's birthday is coming up. I want to surprise her, so I need your help picking a gift." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Really?" Shen Yuan said, "Of course." Counselor Li Xiao said, "But let's be clear. If you try to buy me something too, I will not take it." Shen Yuan said, "Deal." Shen Yuan said to himself, Once we are there, I will find a way for her to accept it anyway." And in a few moments later, inside Shen Yuan's favorite shop, an attendant said, "Hello, if you like it, you can try it on." Shen Yuan said, Yeah, try it if you like." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Could you please bring this in a small size?" The saleslady looked at Counselor Li Xiao's generous chest and thought to herself, "With a chest that full, I doubt small will fit. Maybe a medium." She took out a dress and said, "How about this one?" The dress sparkled. The saleslady said, "The fitting room is here. Call me if you need help." A few moments later, Counselor Li Xiao called Shen Yuan's phone. He answered, "Counselor, what is wrong?" Counselor Li Xiao said, "Shen Yuan, my zipper is stuck in the back. The saleslady is not here. Can you call her to help me?" Shen Yuan stood up excitedly and said, "No need to trouble her. I will help. Wait." He came inside the fitting room and said, "Turn around. I will fix it." Counselor Li Xiao covered her chest shyly and said, "You do not come over." She blushed in beauty. Shen Yuan said, "Relax. I will just zip it and leave." Counselor Li Xiao showed off her delicate back and said, "Then hurry." Shen Yuan said to himself, "Wow, her back view is stunning." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Shen Yuan, help me zip it already." Shen Yuan held her back and zipped it. Pretending to struggle, he said, "I know you are anxious, but do not rush me. If I break the dress, we will have to pay a price." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Shen Yuan, stop that. Someone might hear outside." Shen Yuan leaned close to her ear and said in a cracking voice, "Quick question first. Do you prefer I call you teacher or counselor?" Counselor Li Xiao said, "Neither. On dates, just use my name." She blushed and looked down. Suddenly, her bra strap came undone with a click. Counselor Li Xiao was shocked and said, "Shen Yuan." Shen Yuan said, "Li Xiao, this is the first time I have said your name like this. Remember this feeling, because I will remember too." 5 minutes later, Counselor Li Xiao pushed Shen Yuan away and said, "Stop. If we keep going, I will." Shen Yuan said to himself, "I know. If we push further, it will cross the line. I am already hurting from holding back. Seriously, it is swollen and painful, but we cannot." "Not here." Counselor Li Xiao said, "Just zip it up and go." Shen Yuan said, "Got it." He pretended to struggle while zipping the dress. Shen Yuan said, "Li Xiao, your chest is too big. The medium will not zip either." Counselor Li Xiao pushed him away and said, "Then why did you—" "Ugh, Shen Yuan, get out." Shen Yuan stepped out, scratching his head. The saleslady suddenly appeared and said, "Miss, does it not fit? Let us try another style." Counselor Li Xiao said, "No thanks." As she and Shen Yuan walked away, the saleslady muttered to herself, "No? Then fine. Why that face, though? Counselor Li Xiao said, Shen Yuan, if you ever do that again, I will be really mad. Shen Yuan said, all right, I promise. He held her hand and added with a grin, next time I will behave. Her heart rating toward Shen Yuan rose to 75. Shen Yuan thought to himself, figures. Being shameless about flirting really does raise favorability. The saleslady's friend, watching them together, whispered, hey, is that not Mr. Shen? A new girlfriend already? That is the third one, right? The saleslady said, fourth, actually. Do not forget the first one, Miss Zhou, her friend said. But did not Miss Zhou end up with that other guy? She has not been around in ages. The saleslady sighed and said, every time I see Mr. Shen, I regret choosing Zhou back then. She imagined him swiping his sleek black credit card with endless cash, then pressed her face against the glass door and called out, Mr. Shen, bring your new girlfriend in. Give me a chance, I will serve you wholeheartedly. Her friend muttered to herself, regretting now, huh? Too late, there is no medicine for regret. And then a few moments later, Shen Yuan said, Li Xiao, let us get hot pot. Counselor Li Xiao said, okay. As they sat down, Shen Yuan said, waiter, 2 bowls of ice soup first. He thought to himself, thanks to Hui Hui's tips, I have leveled up. No need to ask. If she cannot drink cold, she will say so. If she does not, then tonight, A few moments later, the food and hot pot sparkled in deliciousness. Counselor Li Xiao asked, Shen Yuan, summer break is almost here. Do you have any plans? Shen Yuan said, the plan is to spend it with you. Counselor Li Xiao said, come on, I heard the startup base has already finished its selections. Lately, your story has been spreading all over the school, so everyone must know you by now, right? Shen Yuan began to sweat and thought, this topic has to change fast. The more Li Xiao knows, the higher the risk I will slip. Among the chosen, there are 2 guys, but the rest are top beauties from school. He said, I do not know. I do not really care about that. By the way, that textbook you gave me before, I have memorized all the key points. Counselor Li Xiao said, all of them? That fast? Shen Yuan said, yeah. I also need to memorize human resource management. You have that textbook, right? Counselor Li Xiao said, yeah. Shen Yuan said, then I will come by your place tonight to get it. Counselor Li Xiao said, so soon? Shen Yuan said, since it is for the startup base, I have got to put that knowledge to use. The more I stock up, the better. He thought to himself, actually, Li Xiao's favorability went up earlier in the fitting room. I had better strike while the iron is hot and seal the deal. Counselor Li Xiao said, but you cannot mess around at my place, okay? My little sister is home. Shen Yuan said, you know my character. Counselor Li Xiao muttered, there it is again. She looked away, blushing. And the waiter arrived with their drinks and said, sir, miss, here are your drinks. Counselor Li Xiao said, cold drinks? I cannot have this, switch mine for something hot. The waiter said, of course, miss. Shen Yuan thought to himself, looks like tonight will not work. Forget it, I had better raise the favorability of the other non-player characters. Nana is with her sister-in-law. Hui Hui has her period. Coach Lu is past 90% favorability and climbing fast. That leaves Ding Linji and Long the Junior. I have got to focus on them. Suddenly, Shen Yuan glanced at his phone like a total douche and saw a message from Long Jinghan. Shen Yuan, what are you doing? I miss you. Shen Yuan smirked at the screen and thought, speak of the devil. Last time I made her cry and still have not made it up to her. He replied, having dinner. I will pick you up afterward. Long Jinghan said, okay. Where should I wait? Shen Yuan said, Miss Cafe. I will send you the time later. He sipped his iced tea and thought, smart junior. She knows she cannot go public, so she picks a place nobody can see. Counselor Li Xiao, focused on their date, said, Shen Yuan, are you busy? The food is overcooked. Eat first, work later. Shen Yuan said, something came up. After dinner, I will send you home. I will get the materials another day. Counselor Li Xiao said, all right, real business comes first. 1 hour later. Long Jing'an waited outside, dressed in seductive clothes. Long Jing'an climbed into Shen Yuan's G-Wagon and asked softly, Shen Yuan, where are we going? Shen Yuan pretended to be serious and said, a hotel. Long Jing'an looked down sadly, fastening her seatbelt. She thought to herself, after last time, the burden is lighter. But being treated like just a tool still stings. If only there could be some real feelings between us. At the hotel room, Shen Yuan ripped open the already torn shirt on Long Jing'an, shocking her. She blushed and whispered, Shen Yuan, could you be gentler tonight? Please, do not treat me like this. She thought, Even without a foundation of feelings, being treated this way is just too unfair. Shen Yuan pushed her onto the bed roughly, like a douche. Shen Yuan, she called weakly, tears welling in her eyes. She thought again. This time feels even worse than last time. Shen Yuan began kissing her cheeks while she cried. Then he made up an excuse and said, I just got carried away and tried some roleplay. Are you all right? He wiped away her tears. Roleplay? Long Jing'an asked in confusion. Yeah, Shen Yuan said. You know, the domineering guy and obedient girl type. Long Jing'an started crying again. Why could you not tell me first? I thought you were really like that. She actually believed his excuse. Shen Yuan cupped her delicate cheeks and said, Next time I will warn you. But honestly, your reaction was strangely addictive. Long Jing'an sniffled. My clothes are torn. What am I supposed to wear to school tomorrow? Shen Yuan said, Relax, I will have new ones sent. There is no way I would let my woman be without clothes. Silently she whispered, Shen Yuan, as she felt something small poking her, and 2 minutes later. On the bed, Shen Yuan showed off his Chinese phone and said, Junior, check out these new bags and clothes. They will be delivered to your room first thing tomorrow. Huh? I can really pick from these? Long Jing'an asked. Of course, Shen Yuan said. Do not worry about the price. Pick whatever you like. She thought to herself, rich people can not only make salesgirls work at 11 o'clock at night, they can shop without even looking at the price. This surreal feeling is so strange, yet a sense of achievement. Among all the girls around Shen Yuan, I must be one of the rare few who has actually slept with him, right? Suddenly, Feng Minhui called. Long Jing'an's eyes fell on the caller ID. Can't get enough, baby. Shen Yuan cursed inside. Hui is actually doing room checks now. Shh, he hissed at Long Jing'an before answering. Hey, Yuan Bao, Feng Minhui's sweet voice came through. You have not called me in days. I have been busy, you know how it is, Shen Yuan replied, slipping into the bathroom. But I really miss you, Feng Minhui said. When will you come see me? Did not you say it is still 2 more days, so probably Monday? He paused. Or Tuesday. That long? So hard to wait? Fine, you had better behave yourself. Approximately Shen Yuan lied smoothly. Long Jing'an, sitting on the bed in her robe, listened with burning cheeks. She thought, he is so attentive to that woman's feelings. Will I ever be treated like that too? Suddenly Shen Yuan called, Hey, come in and help me. Long Jing'an walked into the bathroom nervously, bathrobe clutched around her. Why are you wearing a bathrobe? Shen Yuan sneered. Take it off. Shocked, she blushed, seeing something small. Do not be so rough, she whispered. As the shower ran, Shen Yuan chuckled. Roleplay again. Did not you learn your lesson? The next morning, Shen Yuan had already left to train with Coach Lu. The saleslady bowed respectfully and asked Long Jing'an, Miss Long, are these to your satisfaction? If not, I will bring more from the store. No need, thanks. They all fit well, Long Jing'an replied. She thought to herself, these were all sent after Shen Yuan paid, a total of 112,000 yuan. Is this really the life I dreamed of, actually happening? But now that I have them, I realize what I care about more is Shen Yuan's heart. Does he actually feel anything for me? Will he always treat me gently? My feelings are getting complicated. And system notification. Because Long Jing'an's favorability suddenly rose, spending triggered a 4 times critical hit, gaining 448,000. Shen Yuan smirked to himself. Long the Junior has such a high crit rate. She is a prime non-player character candidate. Excellent. I'd better double down on developing her. Next time, besides role-playing, what else should I play with her? Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.